right, and welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. And yes, I am wearing the same Bad Santa t-shirt. I used this for my Christmas outfit at work. We all had to do something colorful, and I thought this was appropriate because it is Christmas. Let me just adjust my hat. There we go. So look, what do we have next? This is the last of my Japanese series. Okay, the last Japanese series. But to be honest, I probably won't revisit Japanese for a while or until I get the next interesting bottle. And that certainly isn't going to be another distillery bottling. I've done that. They're not that interesting. They're not bad, but not that interesting. Something a bit different, okay? But this is going to be the last of this series, and after that, we're back to scotch. So, today I'm going to be talking about the Blackadder Raw Cask. Blackadder Raw Cask Shizuoka. Okay, so Shizuoka. Let me just pronounce that properly. Shizuoka. Okay, that's how samurais would say it. Shizuoka. Actually, no, that sounds really fucked up. Shizuoka Distillery. Shizuoka Distillery has two stills. They are owned by Blackadder and a few others. They all combined together and said, let's buy a distillery in Japan. Let's buy stills in Japan and make whiskey in Japan. So they all have Japanese whiskey now. Anyway, I'm going to side by side these two, largely because it's actually very interesting why I'm going to do these two side by side. One, they're both raw cask. In case you're wondering, what is a raw cask? What is a raw cask with Blackadder? Tell me, Eat, Smoke, Drink. Well, let me fucking tell you what a raw cask is. So a raw cask is when you take whiskey directly from the barrel and you don't put a sieve onto a strainer and you put it into the bottle. So it's not just cask strength, it's bits of pieces of the barrel in your cask strength whiskey. So there you go, there's bits of shit in the bottom from the barrel, bits of charcoal and all of that stuff. So the bits of stuff don't alter the flavor, but if you happen to get it stuck in your teeth, hey, that could happen. I haven't, but it could. Anyway, so what makes these two very unique whiskeys unique, right? I just want to check to make sure I'm recording. Oh, there you go. Fuck, I thought, maybe, am I recording? Yeah. Anyway, all right, I'm not going to cut that out. I don't like to cut these things out. I want you to see the real me. You know, if I shit myself in front of camera, I want you to see that. And I've done that before without you even knowing. Shit myself while drinking whiskey. It happens, the best of us. So anyway, one of them is a 4-year-old and the other one is a 5-year-old or something like that. Yeah, that's it. So one of them is a 4-year-old, 5-year-old. So the 4-year-old is 64%. What makes this interesting are two things, okay? One, they use the old Kurosawa stills. So when Kurosawa closed down, they found the still, they bought it and they reactivated it. So technically, we are drinking whiskey that's been distilled in the old Kurosawa stills. Of course, it's not Kurosawa. I would never claim that, but that's a novelty. And two, this one here is from Japanese wine cask. Japanese wine cask is technically red wine, but it is, let's just say it's a Japanese wine cask. I think the other term for it is koshu. It is a grape wine. It is not plum wine or goji berry wine or fucking radish wine or tuna wine. It's none of that shit. It is a grape wine, from what I gather, Japanese wine cask. And there is actually a varietal of grape called koshu grape from Japan. And that is what they used the barrel from. And of course, like Japanese whiskeys, it's like a screw top, super efficient and transactional screw top without that romanticized cork that pops like a bung out of your butt. And then we have the second one. This is a bourbon barrel, okay, also in a pot still. The pot still is not the Kurosawa pot still. This also is a raw cask with little bits of shit in the bottom. And this is just a bourbon barrel. So this is from the same distillery, 2 different types of stills. And I think this is, actually no, let me just, this is a Pilsner. This is 63.8%. I believe this is a Pilsner malt. Yeah, something like that. Pilsner malt. Anyway, don't matter none. Okay, so let's nose them. Let's have 2 of them side by side. Okay, so one of them is red as hell. Okay, so according to my color, my urine color index, this one here, it's like I've had beetroot and I took a piss immediately after. And this one looks like a relatively healthy pee, maybe another half a liter of water in the day, but a doctor can't complain. So let's get nose in. Let's first smell the red wine. Whew, fuck me. Whoa, very syrupy, jammy, strawberry marmalade, burnt butter, a faint hint of burnt butter, burnt sugar. Ooh, a little bit quite pungent on the nose, like really hits you in the face. Hints of, oh, that's hot. 64%, holy shit balls of Christ. Woo! Shit, that is actually really, really potent. It is 64, I suppose, but that is potent as hell. Oh, wow, that's like getting turkey slapped by Korean Jesus. Or should I say Japanese Jesus? Wow. It's got a dirty smell to it. Wet soil, wet leaves, decomposing leaves, strawberry jam, pinch of cloves, pinch of spice bouquet, some cinnamon. Ooh, this one here is very, very traditional bourbon, except it is 63.8%, so it still wallops you in the face. So that is very potent. I should have used a different glass. It's such a high FB, but I'm committed now, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up and just harden up. Whoa, that's an intense bourbon. Sickly coconut, brown sugar syrup, vanilla. And the fact that vanilla is so strong in it, it's almost like an essence. There's a creaminess to it as well. A little root beer, licorice, lots of licorice, aniseed, grilled peaches. In a burn salve. Like, you know, when you burn yourself and you put a burn salve, it's got that oiliness of the burn salve. Really quite intense. These are both intense as hell. Anyway, let's get sipping. Which one do I have first? Let's have the darker one first. Holy shit. That is strong. The heat is not a normal heat. It's not a normal alcohol heat. The heat is like warm oil just coating your esophagus. It's got a weird medicinal flavor to it. Now, it says Japanese wine, but it doesn't explicitly say what kind of wine. So now I'm thinking it's some sort of red plum fucking liqueur, because I can't imagine that a grape wine would taste like that. So, with that said, strike that. I don't know if it's actually a grape wine. I know there's a Japanese grape wine variety, but it could be. I don't know. Holy shit, when it touches your mouth, it's so volatile that It just engulfs your nose with flavor. Whoa, sorry, I'm just, whew, holy shit. It's got a herbal medicinal nature to it. The berries are still there, but the palate is something a bit more sickly sweet. All right, the bourbon doesn't taste like a normal bourbon. It doesn't taste like a normal sickly sweet bourbon. It's a very savory bourbon. Can't explain that. How strange is that? Whew. Both very ballsy. And when I tried this on a Japanese whiskey night, I actually put water in them, and water didn't improve it. It actually made it a little hotter and spicier. So I'm not going to put water in it, but the bones of the whiskey is great, but the intensity is just fucking insane. It definitely needs a lot of mellowing, and it's not something I would sit down and session because that would kill me. That'll be like horse trank with elephant trank and opium. But I'm going to be honest, I really like them. Why? Because they're so different. They're so different compared to Yamazaki, to Hakushu, and I like Hakushu, to Nika. They're so different to it. They have their own character and their own personality that none of the other generic Japanese whiskeys have. And like I say, look, I'm not trying to trash other Japanese whiskeys. I kind of am, but I'm not, okay? Because they're good whiskeys, but boring as fuck, but they're good whiskeys. It's more like these really do have soul. Oh man, there's something weird about that bourbon cask. It's like almost like bourbon with a bouquet of flowers, and I'm guessing that's probably from the Pilsen malt. Anyway, look, both great drams. If I was to pick, I can't. Depends on my mood. Okay, depends on my mood. But I would say something more intriguing, the wine cask, but something a bit more normal-ish as far as whiskey goes, the bourbon cask for sure. They have a lot of personality. They're unique. They're different. They're interesting. I like them. I get a thumbs up for them. What's good about them is you can have them at the end of a heavy session and you'll still taste them because they are fucking ballsy. Anyway, until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. And let me know, have you tried these before? This distillery, Shizuoka? If you have, please let me know your thoughts because I'm really keen to know your thoughts. Until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink, and cheers.